Why don't we get TV Man in episode 67? Is there any chance of saving the Titans? I figured out who Dafuk is. I'll tell you about the new secrets and details and Easter eggs that weren't in the main video. Stock up on goodies and tea. It's going to be insanely interesting. So make sure you watch the video to the end. But here we go. Remember TV Man the engineer and his hypnosis. I have another theory as to why he hypnotized Cameraman. The thing is, his camera is constantly recording in real time what's going on around him, which means that somewhere in Cameraman's headquarters can keep track of where every cameraman is and what he's seeing at any given moment. And I think this hypnosis is so that the cameraman stops broadcasting where he is and what his camera is showing. I think it was done on purpose so that no one would know yet that there's a TV Man database, and I think it's a very smart move. There are no traitors among the cameramen who can tell Skibidi Toilet everything, so TV Man keeps this information among a small and trusted group of people. And if TV Man Titan is behind that white spotlight, so that no one will know about it yet, because we can't be sure he's fully prepared for battle yet. Also, I noticed that the engineer's number is written backwards. I couldn't find an explanation for it for a long time, but eventually I realized that it's because their race speaks backwards, and to understand them, you have to listen backwards. That's why their numbers are also written backwards, not the way we're used to reading them, because TV Man reads backwards, and that's a very cool detail. That's how much Dafuk works out everything down to the smallest detail. At the very end of the episode, after opening a huge door, we can hear the words, "It's mine." Who do you think said that? I think it was TV Man Titan, and he was talking about Cameraman Titan and Speakerman Titan. It's a hint that TV Man Titan will take revenge on Skibidi and try to free the Titans from captivity, and that this is a mission he takes on completely. Usually shorts from the full version of an episode differ only in audio, but in the case of episode 66, it's a very different situation, and a couple of interesting things happened. You can see that in the shorts version, the Skibidi sign on the tablet doesn't blink, and also in the shorts version, the Speakerman song "Everybody Wants to Rule the World" starts. This music continues until the POV cameraman enters the container, and then after that, we can hear TV Man's music. By the way, there is another difference. Here on the TV Man screen, you can see a smiley face, but it wasn't in the full version of the episode. Let's remember where we could see it before. It was back in episode 39, back when the Alliance was in trouble. The Skibidi took over the mind of Speakerman Titan and began to dominate. Then the TV Man race appeared, and the balance of power began to even out a bit in favor of the agents. Maybe now we'll see the exact same situation. And thus Dafuk once again lets us know that this is a very important detail. As I said before, this message belongs to Skibidi Toilet, since it's the only word they know. And this message was not for the agents at all. It was meant for Skibidi Toilet. This Skibidi, 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 Skibidi is like a battle cry to get Skibidi to stop being afraid and go on the offensive. This picture was to raise the morale of the toilets, that now they can stop being afraid of the Titans and go on the offensive. But Dafuk decided to intercept the message and send it to all the agents, which caused them not fear, but a huge rage, which the Skibidi Toilet felt in episode 66. Also in the shorts version, the tablet screen does not glow green at the beginning, so Dafuk once again makes us realize that this detail is very important. I think in the future we will understand a little bit more why it was so important. Let's move on to the next difference. In the full version of the episode, we see Dafuk's face on the screen, and in the shorts version, he's not there. And instead of his face, it says real threat. This is where I have a few theories. We all know that these huge TV sets are controlled by Dafuk. Even back in episode 64, Dafuk warned us about the trap, and I think you all remember what happened in episode 65. Our Titans fell into a death trap, which means that this was his way of warning the agents what would happen to them in the near future, that the Titans shouldn't go after G-Man, or he'd trap them. But our Titans are too cool to listen to Dafuk, and in episode 66, history repeats itself. We also see Dafuk's face. And after that, a new warning about the real threat. But a threat to who? To Skibidi Toilet? Or to the Alliance? I have a theory that in the next episode, we may be shown a new Skibidi Toilet weapon. One that will give them a huge advantage over the Alliance. What could it be, you ask me? I think the most logical assumption is that the Titans are zombified. Now that would be a real threat to the agents, which also indicates that this message points to a new threat from Skibidi Toilet. Usually we see for at least a few episodes, Skibidi Toilet wins, and only then do the agents find a way to tip the balance of power back in their favor. And we haven't actually been shown their dominance yet, and since the agents have been winning for the past 8 episodes, I don't think Dafuk is going to help them. because the way the show works is that the balance of power shifts from one side to the other, and with a high probability, we will see over the next few episodes, Skibidi Toilet get a huge advantage on the Alliance. Also, I do not rule out that there may be a main G-Man with super pumped ammunition, just due to the new technology from the agents. At the very least, he could use a Cameraman Titan shield. He had powerful armor before, and if he has a shield, he becomes almost invulnerable to physical attacks. I also wonder if the same technology could be used to make goggles, to protect his eyes from hypnosis. I also think he'll be given new headphones that will be very hard to rip off. Let's go back to the inscription that Defuk left us. There's also a theory that this inscription is for Skibidi Toilet, that this is the real threat that awaits them. At the end of episode 66, we're shown TV Man's base for the first time. By the way, it's not a fact. The other races have never been here. They've just been hypnotized by the TV Man and had their memories cleared. So every time we reappear on the TV Man base, it will be a first for everyone. So, I think TV Man is cooking up something big, and it's likely to involve the reappearance of TV Man Titan. We haven't seen enough of him on the show. He's been absent for 19 episodes, while Cameraman Titan has been absent for 30 episodes. And I am sure, with high probability, TV Man may return in 70 episodes. Now, for the next 3 episodes, Skibidi Toilet will torment the agents, but then will come the time of real threat to them, and TV Man Titan will show who's boss. There's also another theory that this is a hint of a new race, or character, that will appear in the next episode. And if you think about it, it's not entirely clear which side Defuk is on. If you think about it that way, it's probably a character that's not in the game at all. In the series, as in real life, he plays the role of a producer, so that the series does not end. He helps both sides, depending on who is losing and who is winning. He's like a conductor, trying to strike a balance, gives hints and clues to both sides. Although lately, we've seen him start to help the agents. But that's understandable, because the Titans were headed for certain death, and he wanted to keep them safe. So what's gonna happen to the Titans? One thing I know for sure, they're 100% coming back, because they're iconic characters, and without them, the show wouldn't be as interesting to watch. Remember just how we reacted when Plungerman was badly injured? We had simultaneous admiration for what he did, and at the same time a huge hatred for Skibidi Toilet. We couldn't believe it was over and that we'd never see him again. I was so happy to see him again in episode 63, so I guess we'll see them again. But in all likelihood, their brains will be taken over by the Skibidi Toilet, and they'll already be fighting on their side. And just maybe TV-Man will use his hypnosis to convince them to switch back to the agents. Also, I hope their bodies don't become Toilet Titans, like they did with Large Spearman and Large Cameraman. Another theory is that they're not real Titans, but they're puppets, because the Speakerman Titan has no side speakers. Although the 65 series did have them, there is a possibility that Skibidi took the Titans captive and interrogated them. Why would they just destroy them? The Titans know a lot of useful information that could be of use to the Skibidi. When the Titans reappear and fight on Skibidi Toilet's side, when we wound them, we'll find Skibidi inside. And we lose hope of their return, and then it turns out that they're actually being held captive, and that they're actually alive, just waiting for Alliance forces to rescue them. But to do that, they'll have to find the Skibidi Toilet base. By the way, I wonder if TV Man's hypnosis can get all the information from the Skibidi Toilet. Will TV Man be able to hypnotize so that the toilet itself will tell everything? Where is the main headquarters of Skibidi Toilet? Write what you think about it in the comments. Hope you liked the video. If so, don't forget to put a like. Subscribe to the channel to not miss new tests. With you was Hiko, all the best of luck.